Welcome back to the plot, everyone. It's the 4th of February here, and we're still in Exeter, and it's a miserable grey sky. I'll just point that up. Absolutely dreadful. But it is reasonably warm, and it's been dry, so we've got a few jobs done in the plot. So let me give you a quick tour of the plot just before we go. I'll spin the camera around and let you see what's been happening. Okay, to start with, we've weeded and covered over the sweet corn cage. This is we built this during the summer. I've been meaning to do it for years. First year I grew sweet corn, brilliant, fantastic. Every other year after that, the badgers have come in and stripped it all. So I've built this cage around with a door. It's completely enclosed, and we're hoping that the badgers can't get in there and get the sweet corn. On the brassica beds, there's not enough lot going on here. There's a couple of little kale heads, which are a bit ropey really, some of them. But I've got 2 rabbits at home, I'll make short work of them. This bed's covered over for the winter, so we're hoping there's not going to be any weeds in there. We've still been pulling parsnips out. We've pulled out ones a lot bigger than that. I'll show you that. I'll show you at the end. That carrot bed's empty. These are broad beans. So these are the overwintering broad beans. These are the Italian ones called, I can't remember. I'll put the name up on the screen for you, but I can't remember. Now, I've given my allotment buddy, she still hasn't got her own plot yet, so she's been helping me, especially today she's been helping. This is where she's grown some stuff, so she's got some broad beans there as well. We have given the pole plot a bit of a haircut, so it's looking a little bit tidy. Nothing in there. We've got some perpetual spinach over there. We did have some beetroots, but they were all frost damaging. Most of them were frost damaged and all mushy, so we got rid of them. We've got some little purple top Milan turnips in there. Got a few of them, quite small. I was expecting them bigger. We've cut back all the raspberry canes and give it a feed of bloodfish and bone. We haven't done anything with the blueberries. And I was going to give the rhubarbs a feed of alpaca manure. I've got a big bag of alpaca manure, but I've run out of time today, it's getting dark. This bed's mostly covered over. We've got a couple of carrots down there, and we've got a couple of spring onions still here at the top. But yeah, it was covered. It's probably the badgers or the foxes that have been digging up the cardboard. In this bed, we've got the leeks. We've dug a few of them out today. And the garlic, still doing well. Even after all those -9 temperatures, the garlic's going well. And that bed over there, there's a couple of carrots. More carrots, not stumpy carrots. So that's it, there's not an awful lot going on in the plot. Today was more of a maintenance day. As I mentioned earlier, I still have sciatica and it's stopping me doing a lot of things. And I'm using a walking stick at the minute to get around. But yeah, there's still a few jobs to do. We ran out of juice for the lawnmower and the strimmer. They're both battery operated. They're both from the same company and they both use the same batteries, which is a great idea. They're both from Works, and they both use the same batteries, which makes life a lot easier. We only need one charger and it works quite well. We did have a bonfire going, but it looks like it's almost out now, which is not too bad because we're all going to be going home soon. So let me just turn the camera around again. Okay, we're just going to cut down these raspberry canes It's just that time of the year when you cut them down before the new growth starts. They're called polka. They're an autumn fruiting raspberry, and they don't have any thorns or anything. They're actually quite a good variety. So all we're doing really is just cutting them to about an inch to the ground, because we won't get any fruit on the old growth. We'll get all fruits on new growth, so we'll get new growth coming back in. And they're very easy to propagate. You put them in the ground and you get these horizontal runners coming out, and they just pop up all over the place. If we were just to leave this site to go back to the wild, then you'd probably find within a couple of years the whole place would be covered with raspberries and blackberries, or brambles as we call them around here. But these are very prolific. When I first took over the site, there was lots of bramble patches all over the place. So I'm just going to chop all these down to about an inch from the ground, and possibly do a little bit of weeding while I'm at it as well. Just get rid of some of the little tufts of grass and some of the leaves. And it's the first Saturday of the month, so we're allowed a bonfire. So these dried raspberry canes should burn quite well, hopefully, with a bit of luck. Just get some of this green grass and the old leaves out of the way. If you're wondering about the audio and the video not matching up, it's because the microphone never picked up the audio properly and it's very quiet, so I'm just trying to overdub this as I prepare the video for release. But these raspberries are great. They're minimum maintenance. I mean, as you can see, once a year you cut them back to the ground and that's it. And we get great crops of raspberries from them. So on the original footage, we had some background noise coming from the football club down the road. Got Exeter FC, is only about half a mile away. We're currently at Prince Charles Road allotments in Exeter, and St James's Park is about half a mile away. You could walk it in about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So there's a bit of background noise on the original video. I don't know who they're playing. I'll find out. I'll pop it up on the top of the screen. I'm still suffering from sciatica, but a job like that, I can manage a little job like this. My allotment friend Delilah, she's been a great help this afternoon, and she's run about with the lawnmower and the strimmer, but we've eventually run out of juice for both of them. But the area is looking a lot tidier. It's looking a lot tidier and a lot nicer. So I originally started off with 6 bare raspberry canes. I can't remember where I got them from. I think I got them from the front of a magazine. It was an offer that was on the front of a magazine for gooseberries, raspberries. What else was there? There was gooseberries and there was raspberries, I remember that. Oh, blueberries, that's what it was. So I got 6 raspberry canes, 3 gooseberries plants, and 2 blueberry plants. And it was quite a good deal. The blueberries, they're quite small. They're not quite as big as what we get in shops. I gave the gooseberries away because after a couple of years, the birds were getting them all, and the ones that the odd time I did get some, I wasn't really enjoying them. They were a bit too sour for me, so I'll give the plants away to someone else. But it's freed up some space to grow other things. So I'm just going to speed this up and work my way through it, and I'll see you at the end of this little clip. Well, that's the raspberries done. I'm just getting to the end of them here. I'll just cut these last couple away and get the grass out. But yeah, that's a job. That's something I've been meaning to do for a few weeks. Oh, that's a bamboo cane, not a raspberry cane. And that looked like Delilah's finger over the camera. So yeah, just remove the last of these weeds, because it's almost impossible to do once the plants are in full leaf. It's very hard to get underneath. You don't actually get a lot of weeds because of the full leaf, because it's too much of a shadow. But I think I'll give it some bloodfish and bone. In fact, I'm going to do it rather than just talk about it. So I'll go and get some bloodfish and bone from the shed. Whole plot could do with a bit of a general tidy up. Okay, so this is not really vanish. This is bloodfish and bone. But it's very important if you put things in not the original container. It's very important to mark what they are in case someone comes along and they don't know what it is, and you could have something nasty there. Some sort of chemical. It could be an irritant or even worse. But there's bloodfish and bone, and all I'm going to do is sprinkle it over the surface, and the next time we get rain, that'll get washed down into the surface. So it's just like a general fertiliser, just a general purpose fertiliser. And of course it's organic as well. So yeah, it's good, just a little boost, a little feed for the raspberries. And we're not really due any rain for the next couple of days. It's going to be quite dry. In fact, tomorrow, it's cloudy today, but tomorrow it's going to be bright and sunny, but a lot colder. So a little bit of a change in the weather, and it just shows you that we've always, there's still a chance for more frosts. So that's the raspberries done.
Yeah.
Okay, just before we go, I thought I'd show you what we've pulled out the ground today. We've got some more stonking big parsnips. As I says, we did get a little tiddler, but we got his bigger brother as well. Pulled out a couple of little beetroots that weren't too badly damaged, and we took out the first leeks. So not the biggest leeks I've ever grown, but they look good. We'll have them. I'm going to have them over the weekend, and a few of those little stumpy carrots. We did have a couple of purple top melons, but I've left them back at the bed, so I'm going to go and collect them before we go. But that's it, everyone. Not an awful lot going on in the plot at the moment. It's winter time and it's still too cold. We're going to get minus temperatures, frost over the next week, so there's no point rushing to get things ready and out if we're going to have the frost. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and if you like it, just give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.